Malachi's grad defense. It's hard to believe we're here. Panel, would you please introduce yourselves on down the line, and then Malachi, will turn it over to you.
My name is Brooklyn Walter. I teach writing classes at Washington State University.
I'm Jenna Ray. I direct the zone at the Northeast Community Center and also am on the board of Lumen High School.
I'm Cammie. I work for the Spokane Regional Domestic Violence Coalition, and I also teach the Healthy Relationships Wellness here at TCS.
I'm Jessica Amundsen. I'm a business consultant, and I'm on the board of the Red Cross.
Tammy Schrader, previous middle school teacher, and now I just travel all over the world to talk about AI and games in education. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. All right, as Nate introduced me, I'm Malachi, and this is my final presentation of my, I guess, school career as of now. So I decided to name it What's Next? What's going to be happening in the next couple years of my life? I don't have it fully planned out, but I have a couple steps that I'm trying to take. I also decided to show you guys kind of the evolution of me through my last 4 years. Obviously, the hair is much longer, so it is quite the physical change. So now what I want to bring up is exhibitions. I've done 7 of them so far. This is my 8th and final one, and my naming schemes are kind of all over the place, but I went through all of these and I went and watched my videos again. I hated watching them originally when we first did them. I went and watched and I really saw how much I've changed. I've slowed my speech. I used to just speed through all my presentations, get it done as quick as possible. As long as it's done, it doesn't matter. But towards my final last 2, I was able to slow it down, take my time, and really take you through what's happened the last couple of months for each presentation. And also, I noticed how self-critical I was with every single presentation. I put a little bit of the good, but I always talk about the bad majority. I'd always oh, I really suck through my whole presentation, and I don't think that's a way to learn and to grow and to reflect. So I took a lot of time, more time than I thought I was going to, through this presentation to be okay, I'm not going to be self-critical, but I am going to reflect. I'm going to look back and see what I've done and see what I've gone better at, actually, and not just being, yeah, I haven't improved, but I have a lot, actually. So after high school, I'm trying to attend the culinary arts program at SCC because I've been doing New Tech Skills Center. I've been doing the culinary arts program there, and I really enjoy it. I have a lot of fun cooking and baking. I like being on the front, doing the front of house work, being at the cafe, working that, being a server, being a waiter. I think it's really fun and really enjoyable. So I'm trying to see if I can get to that program. It is a very busy program, so I might not get in there in this fall, maybe in the winter, or maybe in the spring. But no matter what, I want to take the 2 years. I want to take the time and get my associates in that. So kind of for the summer, what I'll be doing. So I currently do not live with my parents. I have my own apartment, and my lease will be coming to an end soonish. So I've been looking for different places to live, more affordable places in kind of better areas. And also I'll be working my job. I work at Buffalo Wild Wings. That is a picture of my coworker when we were kind of slow. I tried to find a picture of me in work, could not find one. So this is the best one I could find. And now also, if you looking for a new job, I found a new job. So I will be working construction with my dad starting June 10th. So it's going to be nice. The hours are kind of insane, but I think it's going to be a nice new change of things because I've been working at my job currently for a little over 8 months now. I got a little sick of it, so I'm ready to move something different. So there it is. Something that I really want to talk about is something I've been struggling with for a long time is being hyper-focused. And I wanted to kind of a cool callback. That image I used that in my very first exhibition 101 year. And when I was talking about being hyper-focused, how it's a double-edged sword, how it works for me and also doesn't. And these last 4 years and just these last couple of weeks recently where I've really gone back and looked at what hyper-focus has done for me and what it hasn't done, it's really kind of opened my eyes on how I need to take control of my own determination, my own life, and really but be willing to try my hardest at everything I do instead of just picking a topic like, oh, I'm going to put my all into this and not touch anything else. Because that's what's been happening these last couple of years, especially when it comes to these projects that we've been doing. So in my 1-on-1 year, I picked this project, Knowledge is Power, and we did a skit towards the very end. I really liked Knowledge is Power. We learned about historical figures. I picked one, and it was incredibly fun. But we did a different project, which I don't remember what the name was, and that one I did horrible in. I think, failed the class because I just didn't care for it. Knowledge is Power did amazing. I just was very focused on that, and I didn't want to focus on another project. The other project to me was obsolete. I was like, I don't care about this, so I'm not going to put my effort into it. And also I want to talk about actually why I came to TCS. So if some of you might know, that is the symbol for Dungeons & Dragons, a tabletop game I heavily enjoy. So in my 8th grade year, my mom got an email about us joining a Zoom call for a alternative high school that I could potentially attend, because I was just going to go to Rogers and see how that went. Glad I didn't. But we hopped on that Zoom call. We were there for like 30 minutes, and I was like, the school seems kind of cool, but eh. And then I heard we played Dungeons & Dragons. I was like, oh, Mom, we're going to this school. And then that was my biggest reason for coming to TCS. But after attending 4 years of TCS, I really saw that it is like no other high school. It has taught me a lot. I don't think, not so much in the academic setting, but in more of a personal setting. Like, I think if I would have gone to Rogers High School and tried to come up here and do this type of presentation, stuttered all the way through, would have been super quick with my speech, would have just bombed it. But after so many presentations, it's been quite a significant improvement. I also am able to talk to people better. I'm able to give someone eye contact and be like, what's up? I'm this guy, and I want to talk about this. And like, beforehand, trying to think about to middle school, I could not do that. I did not make any friends, did not care to make any friends, didn't want to talk to anybody. My best friend was a book, and that's how I wanted to be. But now I like going up and strike up a conversation, trying to make a new friend, trying to get to know somebody. And it's, honestly, I have to thank TCS for doing that for me. And then this is kind of the same thing. This is my old elementary school, and we did a project called Friendly Replaces. I got super into it. I really enjoyed it. It was all about green spaces and stuff like that. And I actually went and got in contact with my old school principal when I was able to get some of these trees out here planted there, because I really cared about it. And then my other project, don't remember the name of it, once again, it's kind of the same thing. I did not learn. I just kept making the same mistake where I'll focus really hard on one project and let the other project just kind of fall off. Did not care for it. And that's something that really changed is when I came, into my 3-1 year, and I did running starts. So in running start, I took English 101, I took chemistry, it was like a film watching class where we watch films and we analyze them and we do a small essay on them, and I also took statistics. And doing running start made me really open my eyes and made me see that being hyper-focused and letting that control my life and letting that dictate whether I want to do something or not do something was detrimental to me, because I bombed running start. I did not do very good, except for English 101. I actually really liked English 101. So I did very good in English 101, but all my other classes just not good. I did not have a great time. I just could not get into the classes. I just kind of let it fall off. The only class that I continued to attend was my English 101 class and later my chemistry class. And after that, I came, back to TCS for the final quarter, and I started really working on myself. I took the time to put in the effort to put my all into everything I do. And that comes into my final year. And I'm actually really happy with myself with this final year. I took the time to do my absolute best in every single project that we did. I was very consistent, and I was very watchful of myself and not trying to get caught up in a single project. All these projects I did like for the most part, and I did my absolute best. And also, going to New Tech was an absolute amazing decision for me. I really wish I picked doing it last year, because doing the culinary program has been absolutely awesome for me. Those are some cupcakes that I made. They won 3rd place in a competition that we did. They were dark chocolate like cupcakes with a peanut butter fluff filling and a peanut butter buttercream frosting with a peanut butter Reese's cup homemade treat. Very peanut buttery. It was really sweet. There's definitely some things I would have changed about it, but it was really fun to learn how to do this. I've never made frosting. I've never made filling like that before, and it was really cool to do, and it was really fun. And also just, working my job. It has been something else, working a job while still going to school. It is not the easiest thing to juggle, and that's also something that made me really happy is, like, I was able to work almost a full-time job while still doing school and still getting great grades. And I was really, really happy about that, about being able to kind of multitask, because that's always something I've struggled with when it comes to stuff like that, just not picking one over the other. One takes precedent, one doesn't. And also, adulting. So I have been adulting since I turned 18. So pretty much a month after I turned 18, I moved out. I got my own apartment with my aunt and uncle's roommates. And I also got a vehicle, and I started budgeting. We did an actual budget, like online, and for TCS, I didn't like it. So I did more of a handwritten one in a little notebook. And I have one for every month. So I do the exact same thing every month. And I make sure I can afford it. So what can I realistically spend? Do I have spending money for the month? Do I have groceries? And that's been really fun to learn. My parents definitely made it look easier than it is. Like, going into it, I would spend all the money I have, like, the day I got paid. And then for the rest of the week, it's salt water and sugar water for dessert. And that was really eye-opening to, like, how hard my parents worked to make sure they had money to give us, their kids, and had money to get us things and have food and have a place over our heads. And I am glad I did it early instead of waiting to graduate. And it has been a real learning experience for me. Like, out of everything I've probably done in my life, this has been the biggest learning experience, just being an adult, being, not a kid anymore. And also, I've been working on credit cards. That was a fun thing to learn how to do. And so far, no credit debt. I'm doing great. I got a credit score now. It's not super high, but I'm working on it. And at the end of this year, I'll be buying my first car, because the first car I got was for my dad, for free, all paid for, thank goodness. That was a lifesaver, and it's been really nice. And just having, I think, a vehicle was also a life changer. Being able to get to places, instead of, like, I used to ride the bus every night to work, and then have to walk home at like 12 o'clock to get home, and that really sucked. But now I just have the vehicle, and then just, being able to kind of go places now too, not having to worry about like when I used to try to go somewhere, like, I like visiting my family a lot, because I have a lot of family not here in Spokane. I'd have to take the train or take the bus, and that was horrible. Don't recommend the bus. Don't take the bus. The train is okay, but the bus, don't take the bus. But having the car, I can be like, oh, on a weekend I don't work, I'm gonna go visit my grandma, or I'm gonna go visit my aunts, or I'm gonna go visit my uncles. And that's been really refreshing, because, like, even being in my own home now, I don't like being stuck there. It sucks just sitting at home all day and not doing anything. So it's nice to go visit family and stuff. And then I kind of want to thank some of the people in my life. I don't think I would have made it this far. I just would have dropped out, honestly, without kind of the people I've been around. Like, I have my grandmother, my sister. Oh, I forgot to put my mom on here.
Wow.
There's a lot to her, though. Thanks to her, she did contribute quite a lot, and she's. I didn't put her on there because she's right there, so, you know, I knew she was going to come today. But she has been a great motivator and a great contributor to me getting through. She's always been there, and she's been kind of a shoulder for me to hold on to. And just like my newer friends that I made, like that's my friend Mac. I met him in culinary. We were making some sort of recipe. I don't remember what it was, but it was really good. It was just like kind of an off day. We decided that, you know what, he's gonna come over to my apartment, we're gonna make something, and we did, and it was really fun. And just, you know, my aunt and uncle, who I currently live with, well, I'm rooming with because we are roommates. And, you know, they've been huge, just kind of, you know, getting me out in the world and being a contributor to that. And, you know, I just am very happy for the people in my life. I'm very happy for those who have been around and those who haven't been, those who've come and gone, and those I will miss. And yeah, that is my last presentation of my high school career.
Let's open it up, questions from the panel.
When you showed the slide, I just missed the name of the tabletop game that you said you loved.
Dungeons and Dragons.
D&D, okay, thank you.
Okay, so my question's about D&D. Do you still play?
Yes, I've been playing for almost a decade now.
And who are you playing right now?
So I play a lot of characters. I play with my aunt and uncle, I play with my friends, but my favorite right now is I'm playing, what is it? Oh, I am playing a bird person who lives in a giant tree that he made sentient. That's his.
Awesome.
It's his best buddy. They're best friends. He loves it.
During COVID, we picked up D&D. So like, I play Tender, and no, because I'm obscure is totally, and I'm hyper focused. So I'm proud of you to figure that out when you did. It took me until college to realize what I need to do and how I can manage that, so I could use it as my superpower, but also not let everything else go.
What are some of your strategies for kind of like not just hyper focusing on one thing, but being able to do maybe even two things?
I think what I do is I try to give pros and cons to each.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, oh, there's a lot of pros to this project I really like about this, but there's also cons, but there's also things I like about this, and also cons, like, for example, work. I make money, but I have to go work. While school, I'm getting an education, but not getting paid, so that kind of, I'm able to kind of weigh them out and then keep them even. And that's one of my better ones I've been using, and also just realizing, like, oh yeah, I'm getting really stuck on this thing, I can't be doing that. Just kind of telling myself.
I'm gonna tell my husband that and see if
Yeah.
that works. Wisdom from Malachi. I just really appreciate your energy. You have such emotional intelligence. Not only are you self-aware and that reflection and slowing down so that others can understand and absorb what you're saying, which means social awareness, and reframing, you know, that self-critical piece into just reflection and giving yourself grace is amazing. I have to verify, so you are going to do like cleaning and taxes and those things that are not fun.
Oh.
That was the lesson, right?
Yes, I've actually got to do these taxes this
Okay.
last one, and it wasn't super hard. My mom helped me, so that was nice. And then I do have a chore chart that I have for myself to make sure everything stays clean. I hate it, but.
But if you want another Excel spreadsheet, we have case managers at the Zone Northeast Community Center. We support all types of residents, and one of the things that has been most meaningful for households is this Excel spreadsheet that is a budget. And it's just like what you do on paper, some ins and outs, but it also can put in benefits. So if you're receiving any benefits for school or other, it helps sort of round out that financial picture. So I would love to share that with you. Also, since you're from Arlington and in Northeast, if you want help with finding housing or employment or any of those next steps, great. In exchange, if you know the recipe for the gluten-free chocolate chip cookies at New Tech Skills Center, I will do almost anything.
I don't know the recipe, but I know for a fact I can make it. My aunt is very much gluten-free, so I've learned how to make a lot of things from her.
Those cookies are so good.
Also,
But anyway, please get a card and, congratulations.
before we get to any more questions though, real quick, I forgot to bring this up. This is my personal journal that I've been using. So with Nate, we did every Monday, and then every Monday and Friday, we would do 10 minutes of journaling. And at first, I absolutely hated it so much. It's the worst part of my day. I'm like, I love advisory, but this journaling stuff, I hate it so much. And then I stopped really coming to advisory as much because I was doing, Running Start and then Skill Center, and I was like, I kind of miss my Monday and Friday journaling. So I went and bought a notebook, and I've been writing in there almost every Monday and Friday, or almost every day, and it is nice. It is nice to get my thoughts out and not have them be all scrambled up, but still don't like it. Just saying, Nate, still don't like it. But anyways.
I just have to say, I've been teaching at the college level for 12 years, and I do not often see even seniors in high school who are as comfortable as you are, standing at a podium and talking to people who you've never met before. So, congrats on that. That's a huge, I think it's really important that you're already so comfortable in this space, and I just am really impressed. My question has to do with food.
Mhm.
What's your favorite thing to make, and do you have a dream restaurant that you would work for or build or?
So my favorite thing I've made so far is I made birria tacos because I love tacos. I also recently made pozole rojo, which was really good and really scrumptious. I really, really enjoyed it. It wasn't as stew-like as I wanted it to be, but it was still really nice. I would love to open a taco truck. I don't necessarily think I would want to own a restaurant because being stuck in one place like that, I don't want that. I'd like to be able to just kind of pick up my truck, go somewhere else, and then sit there for a couple weeks and go to the next place and sell my tacos because I love tacos and I like making them.
If you make that happen, please let all of us know. We will come to your taco truck. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Open it up as well to the audience, mom, dad, sister. Questions?
I know about it.
I know everything about that one.
I had to ignore Beetlejuice there because last time she attended my presentation, she messed it up because she kept making me laugh. Yeah.
I'd just like to say congratulations on completing your grad defense. I had never met Malachi before until last week, and I've been at community school just this year. So it was a pleasure to hear your story and learn more about you and see it all come together.
Thank you.
Well done, Malachi.
Hello. Oh, I didn't have a question, I just had to, can I make some comment?
Yeah.
Because I loved how you said, not everything's planned out, stay with that, because you sometimes end up in life and you go, how the heck did I get here? And it's okay, right? It's still fabulous. I love the culinary piece because my idea of cooking is just you throw it in the pan and walk away and it burns. And I don't care. Like I said, I got out here. So when I watch your culinary skills, I have to tell you, so last week I was at the Japanese consulate of all places in Seattle. And those people hired chefs and they brought out all these like 7-course, and everything looked so beautiful you didn't want to eat it. And I just have a great deal of respect for your skills. That's fab. The taco truck, however, is my favorite. I'll just say that. But I just want you to know that D&D thing, and I know is a thing. And we have a Secretary of State. His name is Steve Hobbs, who works in Olympia. And he is trying to get board games into every school in the state. And I met him and I said, can you please explain to me, because he's older, right? Not as old as I am, but he's old. And I said, can you please explain to me why board games and what in education? He goes, oh, because I'm a D&D player. And I said, and I'm done. I got it. Because everybody knows D&D and it is a powerful, powerful tool for all things lovely. So I love that you play D&D. Okay, thank you.
And panel, thank you so much for being here. You've given your entire morning. You've given your whole morning to 3 students you've never met before. It's so kind and giving and supportive of our community. So thank you so much for that. We have gifts in the back corner. Those are mugs full of important things you are going to want. It also has our community school logo, so you can remember us and remember our students. And we also have entire boxes of cookies that are there, and no judgment, honestly. As many as you can carry, you can keep. We appreciate you so much. So no need to rush out of here. We got the room for the whole day, but your shift is over. Thank you so much.
Thank you.